Hey guys, my name is Tim and I live and garden in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, growing zone 7. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, you probably noticed that I took some time off. But just because I was not making videos doesn't mean I wasn't busy here in my garden. So let me show you a little bit of what has been going on over the last few months. The season always starts off with lovely gifts from the cherry Kwanzaa tree that is growing in my backyard. And what I'm referring to is what I like to call the pink snowfall, which is all of the petals all over the ground, which is what you were just looking at. I've also, even before I started cleaning up my garden and getting ready for the season, I have been enjoying my numerous amaryllis. Here are just a few of the examples that bloomed for me this year. I love growing amaryllis. I also, every year, go through all of my pots and remove the soil and basically remove all of the roots using this metal tabletop that I have. Basically just use it as a sieve, and what I'm doing is, like I said, removing the roots, but also kind of aerating the soil as well and making sure that there aren't any pests living in my pots. I also have to quite frequently sweep underneath my pots, so multiple times a year I have to move everything away from my apartment and then slowly start putting back all of the pots. Going back to me sifting the soil, it does take a lot of work and I do have a lot of pots, but honestly, I find it relaxing and it's the best option for me because it would just cost too much money to have to refill these pots every year with fresh soil. And by the time I'm done sifting, the soil basically looks good as new, and I just supplement the soil by adding Osmocote, which is a slow release fertilizer, and I also add some biotone fertilizer as well. I find myself moving these pots around quite frequently until I figure out how I want it to look, but honestly, even as I put the plants in, I still find myself moving them around and making adjustments. I was also very successful this year at starting plants from seeds, so you can see I had some geraniums there, a few petunias, and also a couple coneflowers, which made their way to my parents' house. So after I have finished cleaning up all of the mess from the Kwanzaa cherry tree and prepping my pots, it is then time to go plant shopping, which, let's be honest, that is probably one of the best parts. So what you're looking at right now is footage of several greenhouses. I always visit my family back home in central Pennsylvania and we go plant shopping, and we usually go to about 7 different greenhouses. So what you're seeing right now are just little clips of maybe not all 7, but a sampling of some of the greenhouses that we went to visit. I always go back home because it's in the country and they tend to have just a larger selection and definitely better pricing than what I can find in Philadelphia. As you can see, the greenhouses use up every, possible space. And the crazy thing is that once the season starts, those plants sell very quickly. After all the shopping is finished, now it's time for the real fun, which is bringing all the plants back to my garden and deciding where I'm going to put all of these. And I have to say, the transformation was pretty good this year. As you can see, some time has passed and things have grown in so beautifully. not to toot my own horn, but I am so happy with the way things look this year. As you can see, there are a lot of caladiums and also a lot of houseplants this year. I'm not going to go over every little thing at the moment. That will be a future video, but I'm just kind of giving you a sneak peek at how things are looking right now. I do want to point out that the very tall plant that you're looking at right now is a Brugmansia, and I just noticed the other day that it finally has a bud on it. So I am so looking forward to when that plant finally does bloom. So in the future, I will make a video where I go over each one of these plants and kind of talk about where they're growing and how they're doing this year. As you can see, as always, it's a very tropical look. Now that my garden is completely finished and thriving, it is that time of year again where I am going to start going on walks around Philadelphia, around my neighborhood, and seeing what people are growing. That is where I get a lot of my inspiration, is just kind of walking around town, taking a look at window boxes and planters, seeing what people are grouping together, and yeah, I will definitely be doing a few of those videos in the future. Alright, that is everything for today. I hope you liked this video. It was very brief, but there is much more to come, so please make sure to follow along by subscribing, and don't forget to like these videos, and I will see you on the next garden tour. Have a great day.